Charley's First Night by Amy Hest and Helen Osenbury. It was snowing that night, and Charley wanted me to carry him home. So I carried him all the way home. I carried him in my old baby blanket, which was soft and midnight blue. And we were near together, and I was very, very careful not to slip in the snow. And I thought about his name. I was the one who thought up his name, Charley, Charley Corn. My name is Henry, Henry Corn. My mother, Mrs. Corn, and my father, Mr. Corn, were pretty clear about who would be in charge of walking Charley. I would be in charge of walking Charley, they said, and I couldn't wait to walk Charley every day forever. They were pretty clear about who would be in charge of feeding Charley. I would be in charge of feeding Charley, they said, and I couldn't wait to feed Charley every day forever. This is home. That's what I told Charley when we got home. And I showed him all the rooms, including my room. I showed him my bed and the place where my mother hides your birthday present when it's the day before your birthday. This is home, Charley. I asked that a lot so Charley would know he was home. They were also pretty clear about where Charley would be sleeping. Charley would be sleeping in the kitchen, they said, and I thought about Charley in the kitchen alone every night forever. Charley wants to sleep in my room, I said. Charley will be sleeping in the kitchen, they said. We fixed up a pillow bed for Charley in the kitchen under the table where the heat comes up, and I put my old bear Bobo in the pillow bed for Charley. And I thought about how I used to sleep with Bobo every night. I put my small and red clock between Charley and Bobo. Tick tock, tick tock, like another little heartbeat in the night. Charley curled up in a ball, and I put my face next to his, and I waited for Charley to fall asleep. And I thought about how my mother and father sometimes used to wait for me to fall asleep. And soon Charley fell asleep. He made a soft breathing sound, and his soft breathing sound made me sleepy too. After a while, I put Charley in his pillow bed and rubbed his tummy, and Charley smiled the way a friend smiles when you say, "Hey, let's be friends forever." I rubbed his back and the soft place behind his ears, and he was really, really sleepy. And the moon made its own light that night in the kitchen, right near Charley. "Night, Charley," I said. "Night, Charley boy." Slowly we walked around the house, and I showed him my room again and my bed. I showed him my mother and father, sound asleep in their bed, and held Charley close in my strong arms. I went to my room and sat up in my bed and looked out the window, and snow was falling over the city and the park and the trees in the park. And I thought about playing with Charley in the park in the snow. The crying started in the middle of the night, and you knew right away it was Charley. "Don't cry, Charley, don't cry." I ran to the kitchen and scooped him and held him close in my strong arms, and he shivered. Charley wanted me on my bed. So I lay down on the bed next to Charley, and we looked each other eyes. Charley his brown eyes and mine are green, And I told him we could be best friends if he wants, and Charlie looked in my eyes and I looked in his. I love you, Charlie boy. That's what I told Charlie. We didn't mean to fall asleep, but we both fell asleep on my bed. Slowly, we walked around the house again, and I showed him my room again. Charlie wanted me to put him on my bed, so I put him on my bed and thought about how my mother and father were pretty clear about where Charlie should not sleeping. A long time later, I heard crying again, and I flew out of bed to Charlie. Don't cry, Charlie, don't cry. I scooped him up and held him close in my strong arms, and he shivered. I showed him how the moon made its own light in the kitchen that night. The moon did it for you, I told Charlie, and he licked my nose and it tickled. And that's exactly where we slept all through the night on the Charlie's first night. Thanks for listening. Please be sure to like and subscribe below.